Hey everybody, and welcome to the channel. So we don't usually do a lot of product reviews, but this is something that I've had a lot of experience with recently and thought, you know what, I think some other people might want to see this. So the question is, do you want to go cheap on your headlights? Just curious. So I thought it would be a good idea to possibly go cheap. So originally, for my car, a 68 Firebird is a 4 headlight system. You got a high beam and a low beam. They're 5 3/4 inches. And believe it or not, my car still had the original incandescent bulbs in it. They weren't even halogens. And so we were doing kind of a country drive at night. I couldn't see anything. It was up in the mountains, and it was not good. So I decided to upgrade my lights. And it was like, well, do we buy the Holley ones or do we buy these? These are from Headlight Experts. And I'm going to say that my experience was not that great. Hence why possibly there's some here from Holley RetroBrights. So first thing I noticed right out of the box, so these things come, they're not assembled, and first I couldn't tell if what these were made out of, if they were glass, they were plastic. So I called the company and the guy said, why don't you go ahead and drop one of those and you'll find out. Well, I didn't drop it, but after about 50 miles, one cracked. Not this one. So I called them and said, hey, listen, I had an unfortunate instance. It cracked. And they said, oh, okay, well, we'll sell you, we can send you another one, but you're gonna have to pay for it. And I was like, well, that's kind of crappy. And they said, well, tough shit. So anyway, so 30 bucks, they sent me another one, put it in, and I'm not sure how much time passed, but a month or two later, I noticed, got one cracked. So my initial evaluation of these they work pretty good. Compared to the stock bulbs, oh my God, night and day, literally night and day. And so that was awesome. So one of the things that I want to kind of go over on these before we get to the Holley ones is, here's a brand new housing. And if you can see in these things, they look a little cloudy. Well, I don't know what's going on inside these, but there's something inside, and I tried to wash them and clean them, and I put them in the sink with some soapy water and a little bottle brush, and they still came out very foggy. So I could probably live with that, okay, except for the fact that apparently they are made out of very brittle glass. So I've had 2 of them break in a very short period of time. It's a car that unfortunately I don't drive enough. But so I decided I would buy the Holleys, the RetroBrights. And initially I didn't want to buy these because they were expensive. And you know, when you look at the cost, so the way that either set is sold is you buy a set of low beams and a set of high beams are sold. Well, let me back up. The Headlight Experts sell theirs as high beam kit, low beam kit, and they're $199 for each kit. And they run a sale all the time, 10% off. So roughly speaking, you're in at about 400 bucks, okay? That's not horrible. It's not whatever. I still don't get it why they're so expensive, because these are just standard LED bulbs that are found in a lot of cars. And I mean, you can buy LED bulbs on Amazon for cheap. And I'll be honest with you, these aren't anything different than what you see on Amazon for really cheap. So I'm not even sure why the Headlight Experts are $199 a pair. So flash forward to the Holley. And so after having a not so great experience with the Headlight Experts, I said screw it. I'm a Holley dealer and I buy direct. So if you want a set, let me know. But so got these things, and you will notice right off the bat there's a pretty significant difference in the appearance of these bulbs. And these being glass, you would think would be optically very clear. These are polycarbonate, which is a good headlight material, very impact resistant. I imagine over time, just like OE headlights, maybe they'll haze over, or maybe you have to polish them or whatever. But just right off the bat, you know, I think these look a lot more favorable. So, according to Holley, these are really high quality LEDs in here, and they are replaceable. So if they die, they are replaceable. One thing that I should probably point out is Headlight Experts say that they have a lifetime warranty on their headlights, no questions asked. Well, apparently not. So they did not honor that, and I did not get them replaced. So the second time it was 50, first time was 30. So anyways, so what we've got here are the Holleys. And the nice thing that I like about the Holley compared to the RetroBright, I mean the Headlight Experts, is the connection. These plug right into my sockets on there. You know, the low beams have a 2-prong, the high beams have a 3-prong. And on these, I actually had to take and I think cut one of the deals off on the low beams to make it work. I don't know why. They came that way. That's just how they came. And so you don't have this thing dangling around. It has a hole in it where you can mount a screw. So I think the fit and finish on these is probably a little bit better, obviously. So then we get to the point, well, what's the cost difference on these things? Well, the Holleys are $175, and you go, well, wait a minute, that's cheaper than the Headlight Experts that are $199. No, the Holleys are $175 each. Yes, I said each. So you're looking at $700 for headlights versus $400 for headlights. So the big question is it worth it? Took the Headlight Experts out of the passenger side and installed the RetroBrights. So one side of the car has the Holley RetroBrights, the other side has the Headlight Experts in it. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take you out on a bona fide 100% drive at night, pitch dark, and we'll see if there's any difference or how much of a difference there is, you know, to explain why the cost is so significant. So anyways, let's go take a look and see how those things work. All right, so we're driving down the darkest road I can find, and we've got the RetroBright on the right. We've got the Headlight Expert on the left. As you can see, is the one on the right is a little bit more white, and the the low beams, and we're gonna switch to the high beams. There's the high beams. And as you can tell, you know, both these things actually look pretty decent. So really the question is, do you want to pay $400 or do you want to pay $700? And really the difference is, I guess, just quality. It comes down to it. Maybe we'll do a follow-up video after, you know, 6 months, a year of using the RetroBright ones. I think I'm gonna put the rest of the RetroBright lights back into the car. We've got another project we'll probably throw these into, and you know, see how it goes. So, you know, really make the decision. You know, I mean, the LED conversions isn't cheap, especially in this situation. You have 4 headlights, and you know, I don't think it's a place you really want to cheap out. And I will say, and I wasn't able to photograph it. Well, I was attempting to visually give you an idea of what they look like when they're on, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. But the one here on the passenger side is the Holley, and they're very clear. And these ones are really cloudy looking, and they almost look like they're fogged up, but they're not. That's just how they are. You see how this is clear and this is cloudy? When the headlights are on, it's the same thing. These kind of light up almost like they have a diffuser on them. These ones are really clear. These look a lot more like the old school T3 lights, and you know, occasionally, you know, that's really what you're going to be replacing. So it's my 2 cents. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.